Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for watching today. Today we are back with another Funko Pop unboxing for you. And recently, over the past month, I want to say, I have been able to find a little bit of this set of Funko Pops little by little, pretty much every week going in and picking up new figures from this line. And now it is time. We have finally united the league and got all 7 of these characters for the set. Definitely excited because I was really liking a lot of these figures. So now it's time to show it off to you guys. And the set I'm talking about is the new Target exclusive Justice League line. Now, the Justice League line in general is something that started a couple years ago, where they put out some different characters like Static Shock or Dr. Fate or Darkseid. And they have started to do some other characters like Raven recently that we got from WinterCon. But now we're going to be getting some new ones from the actual Justice League themselves with the 7 members. And I think these are definitely some pretty cool ones. A little bit more of that comic book type of look with the shading and stuff. Similar, I guess you can call it, to what we've seen from the Star Wars Retro Comics line. Just not necessarily as retro as the Star Wars ones, but I definitely think still some really cool figures. And so we have 7 members that make up this Justice League, so let's go ahead and just jump right on in and take a look at all of these figures. And of course, we'll start with the first one here, which is going to be Batman. I think a lot of people's favorite member of the Justice League, and this one is definitely a really awesome looking figure. Just check that out. Again, like I was saying, the way that they have the shading on the actual figure itself, like you would see in the comics, definitely is awesome. I like how they're doing that rather than kind of making that flat, two-dimensional type of look like you saw from some of the older or regular figures. But I definitely really dig this Batman right here. And I love that classic looking Batman logo on his chest. I absolutely love when there's that kind of background to it, that yellow background to it. You see his utility belt and all in the way that he's stepping forward. And he has his fist clenched like he might be ready to punch a bad guy out. Definitely really love this figure. And for our second figure, we're going to have my favorite member of the Justice League. And that is going to be, of course, Superman. And Superman here, definitely really awesome. A little bit of a different look that you might traditionally see him. He has a little bit of longer hair, but I really do love the suit on this thing. Really do love the figure here. Again, the detail with the comic book shading really is awesome, especially around the muscles and everything. Looks great. The suit, especially with the underwear on the outside, is fantastic. That classic Superman. And the hair looks great. Even have the little twirly that he has coming down with that kind of single strand of hair coming down. And the way that they have the boots, I really like the shading on the boots as well. And the cape is blowing in the wind. And our next figure from this Justice League line is of course going to be the one that's going to complete the trinity of DC Comics. And that is, of course, Wonder Woman. Now, this is actually the first figure that we were able to pick up from this line. If you remember a while back, we were able to do a hunt. I think we were able to pick up this in Argyle with the pizza van from Stranger Things. And I was very surprised we found this there because there was only like 2 of them. And one of them was really damaged. But this one was in great condition. So we picked it up. And I'm definitely really happy that we did, because this is definitely one of my favorite Wonder Woman figures they have done so far. I am just a big fan of the suit. The way that they did the coloring on this one is really great. And she is jumping in the air as well. So she's on that floating stand. She has the lasso of truth in her hand as well, which is another really great detail. The tiara looks really awesome. And the way that she has her hair kind of flowing in the back definitely gives you a nice little 90s or 80s type of vibe. But I really love just the detail and the way that the colors really pop out on this figure. And next we have another character for the Justice League who we're actually going to be seeing having a brand new movie later this year. And that is, of course, going to be The Flash. And this one definitely is, again, another really great one. Nothing too crazy from like the Flash pops that we've seen before, honestly. We've seen a lot of them that kind of have a similar type of stance, either him standing like this or he is running. So really not too big of a difference, but I do really like the way that they make the suit look with a couple of the details here, especially with on his wrist where he has a little lightning bolt on his wrist too. I of course love that helmet, and the shading on the helmet looks great. And then you have that classic Flash logo right there on the chest, and the golden boots as well. And we're a little bit more than halfway through now, and so now our 5th figure for the Justice League set is going to be the Green Lantern. And honestly, this might be one of my favorites from this set, because I definitely really love Green Lantern. Doesn't really get a ton of love all the time, and I think the suit is just really, really cool, the way that it is designed. The white and black and green just looks really cool, especially with the white on his chest, and then you have the little Green Lantern symbol right in the middle with the black stripe going down. And the pants and like the arms, oh my gosh, that looks just so cool. The mask as well, I love the way the mask looks. And they have a little bit of like blue shading in his hair as well, which is definitely adds another layer onto this figure. And he is floating in the air as well. He does have the Green Lantern ring right there on his right hand that it looks like he might have been starting to summon. And our next member of the Justice League is another character that we're going to be getting a movie from later this year, and that is this Aquaman. And definitely looks a little bit different than the Jason Momoa Aquaman that we've become accustomed to, but definitely still a really awesome one as well. A little bit more comic accurate with the blonde hair versus having that Jason Momoa look, but still pretty cool. And he does have one big difference where he actually has the hook for his hand, which definitely looks really interesting. I do really like the beard and the hair, the way that they have that blonde with the black sort of shading all over too. That's pretty awesome. The armor that he has on, you don't really see that a ton. And then the pants with kind of the green, looks like algae looking stuff on the outside of it as well. So some pretty cool and unique details on this figure that we have not gotten before from any other Aquaman figures. And now our final member of the Justice League to finally unite the league is a character that sometimes is forgotten, but a really important piece of the Justice League, and that is going to be Martian Manhunter. And really one of the main reasons that people don't think about him is because we haven't really seen him in the movies outside of Zack Snyder's Justice League. And I would love to see more of Martian Manhunter after that. But of course, we all know that the DCEU is now dead after, the next couple movies come out and they're going to reboot. But hopefully in the new reboot, we do get some of Martian Manhunter, because that would be really sick. But this figure right here is pretty cool. I do have another version of Martian Manhunter, the older Walmart exclusive. I do prefer that one over this one, honestly. But again, with the color shading from like the comic book look, it definitely is really nice. And of course, you have a couple of the main staples of Martian Manhunter with the cape, which looks really great, how it's pointing up and really pretty much covering his head. And then the red sort of suspenders that connect to his cape that go across his chest with that X. Definitely really awesome, and his green skin all the way up and down you can see, and the way that he has his stance, it looks like, he's super powerful. I really do like this figure. Again, I prefer the other one, but it's still pretty cool that we got a little bit of different variation and some love for Martian Manhunter. And well guys, there's our look at the new wave of Justice League Pops coming over from Target. I guess you'd call them the Justice League comic book editions. Well, I guess most of the Justice League Pops outside of the movie ones are based on comic books, so I'm not quite sure what to call them. The retro comic, I guess maybe 90s comic is mostly what they're based on. I don't think they're any of the new ones, but you guys let me know in the comments down below what you would kind of call this, what you think they're really based on, because I don't think Funko really announced what they are based on, but I definitely think it's a unique line. I'm glad I picked it up, because I actually don't have any Green Lantern Pops. I only have one Aquaman Pop. I only have one Martian Manhunter Pop. Of course, I do have many Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Flash Pops already in my collection. So it's just cool to add new ones that do look a little bit different and unique. So definitely really awesome that they did this one here. But guys, I do also want to hear from you. What do you think about these Justice League figures? Which one of these is your favorite from the set? And have you picked up any of these for your collection? Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments down below. And of course, if you guys have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also leave a like in this video as well if you enjoyed it. And of course, you can always hit that bell to be notified whenever we have new videos drop. And thank you guys so much for watching today. And as always, we'll see you again real soon.